Air travel today is a marvel of physics and engineering. When you watch a modern commercial jet slice through the clouds, you're looking at millions of lines of code translating pilot inputs into fluid aerodynamic motion. As this training slide points out, that digital backbone, the fly-by-wire system, is the operational standard across the entire Airbus family, from the A320 up to the A380. But hardware and pre-written procedures only go so far in a fluid environment. Dealing with shifting weather, erratic air traffic, and sudden system changes requires a human operator in the loop, and that creates the core psychological trap of the modern cockpit. When a system does 99% of the work, human attention naturally drifts. Then, when an emergency strikes, the pilot is instantly hit with an overwhelming flood of flashing warnings, digital gauges, and moving data streams. In those split seconds, a pilot's attention is their single most critical resource. You cannot process every piece of data at once. You have to prioritize. To bridge the gap between machine design and human cognitive limits, Airbus developed a specific operational doctrine. Looking at this reference card, they call them the Golden Rules. This is a strict psychological framework designed to prevent cognitive overload and guarantee the crew maintains total supremacy over the aircraft. The framework starts with rule number 1: fly, navigate, and communicate. That order is absolute. You do not talk to air traffic control if you don't know where you are, and you don't worry about where you are if you aren't physically flying the plane. The manual reinforces this with explicit repetition: fly the aircraft. Physical control comes first. The pilot flying must be insulated from distractions. Meanwhile, the pilot not flying must actively monitor parameters and highlight deviations. Together, these two roles create a closed loop. One person drives the machine. The other continuously verifies that the machine is behaving as intended. If that foundational hierarchy of physical action breaks down, all the advanced navigation computers and external communication radios in the world become useless. Golden rule number 2 is the link to the machine. Use the appropriate level of automation. As the sub-bullet emphasizes, pilot judgment prevails. Autopilots free up cognitive bandwidth, but their use is always optional. Think of automation as a scale you actively manage, dialing the computer's involvement up or down. But if high-level automation masks a problem, the immediate fix is dropping to the lowest tier: pure manual flight. Manual flight is an active assertion of pilot authority, simplifying the aircraft's behavior to match human cognitive capacity. The pilot's judgment dictates the machine's actions. The machine is never allowed to dictate the pilot's awareness. This philosophy extends into rules 3 and 4. Understand the flight mode enunciator and take action if things do not go as expected. This creates a continuous verification loop. Closing that loop requires operational courage. You have to be willing to intervene immediately the moment the aircraft behaves unexpectedly. Take a look at this vintage photograph. A captain from decades ago, surrounded by analog dials, had to physically wrestle his aircraft through the sky. Today's pilots manage microprocessors and glass screens, but the requirement for human command is exactly the same. Only the tools have changed. These 4 directives are global principles of operational excellence that keep crews grounded in the reality of the flight. The Airbus safety model relies on a specific balance: cutting-edge fly-by-wire technology anchored by the unbreakable discipline of the human aviator.